Hello everyone. Today we are here with a new lesson and the name of the lesson is compound sentences. So let us start with the topic. First of all, we need to understand what is a sentence. So sentence is a group of words that makes a complete sense. So those groups of words which makes us understand the things properly and makes a complete sense, that is known as a sentence. And there are various types of sentences, that is simple sentence, compound sentence and complex sentence. So among all those types we are going to study one of its type, that is compound sentence. So let us look at the definition first. A compound sentence is composed of two independent clauses joined together by a coordinating conjunction. So first of all, a word is here used in this definition, that is clauses. So what do we understand by a clause? So I will be telling you that a clause is a group of words which is made up of a verb and its object and may or may not contain a subject. For example, when I heard the disturbance, I dropped the files that I had been examining and ran out into the corridor. So this is a clause. As we divide this into four different separate segments, when I heard the disturbance, I dropped the files that I had been examining and ran out into the corridor. So all these words are divided into four segments. So every segment is a clause in this sentence. Clause can be an independent clause or it can be a subordinate clause as well. So overall, when we look at compound sentence will be composed of two independent clauses. Okay, and those two independent clauses will be joined together by a coordinating conjunction. So there are 7 coordinating conjunctions specially, that is and, but, yet, so, or, nor and for. All these words are the coordinating conjunctions. And simple sentence is also there, that a simple sentence is an independent clause that is going to have one subject and one verb. So usually when we talk about compound sentences, a comma will be placed before the conjunction to separate the two clauses. So both clauses are in equal importance in a compound sentence. So we will be looking at various uses of coordinating conjunctions while writing a compound sentence. So first of all, we will look at the use of the coordinating conjunction and. So and is used to join two sentences which are of similar nature or which give information about the same subject. So overall, we come to understand that when we talk about the same subject, who is the subject? The doer of the action. When we talk about the same doer and the sentence, the two sentences are joined by using and both the sentences are of similar nature, then we use and over there. For example, he was tired and he had a headache. So he was tired and second sentence is he had a headache. So those two sentences are of similar nature and in both the sentences we are talking about the same subject. That is why we have used the coordinating conjunction and over there. Another example is the driver saw a child on the road and applied the brakes. So again here two sentences are, the first sentence is the driver saw a child on the road and the other sentence is applied the brakes. So who applied the brakes? The driver itself applied the brakes. So driver is the subject is the driver and about the driver only we are talking about in both the sentences. That is why by using the coordinating conjunction and we have made a sentence, a compound sentence, which is like the driver saw a child on the road and applied the brakes. So this was the use of coordinating conjunction and to make a compound sentence. Next is use of coordinating conjunction but. So but is used to join sentences which show contrast. When there is a contrasting nature of both the sentences that we are using, then but will be used. For example, he he studied hard but he did not do well in the exam. So here also we are talking about the same subject, that is he. So he studied hard and he did not do well in the exam, but he did not do well in the exam. So but is used because he studied hard, and then what is the result? The result is of contrasting nature, that he did not do well in the exam. That is why but is used. Tina has a degree in management but she wants to be a reporter. So Tina is having a degree in management, so she needs to be a manager, correct? But here instead of being a manager, she wants to be a reporter. So this is, both the sentences are of contrasting nature. That is why we used the coordinating conjunction but here. Next is use of coordinating conjunction yet. So yet is also used to join sentences which show contrast. So but and yet both will be used to join two sentences which show contrast. But what happens over here is that we use yet when contrast is stronger or more definite. So when it is more stronger, the contrast is properly definite and it is more stronger, it is showing a stronger nature over there, then yet will be used. For example, people knew Rakesh was lying, yet they seemed to believe him. So this is a kind of a definite nature, that all people knew that what was Rakesh doing, he was lying, but yet they seemed to believe him. Simran is very good at her work, yet she hasn't got a promotion. So it is showing a contrasting nature, that she is very good at her work but she did not get a promotion. So Simran is good at her work, yet she hasn't got a promotion. Next is use of coordinating conjunction so. So is used to show cause and effect relationship. So whenever we are able to know that there is a cause given to us and the effect is also given to us, then so will be used. So one clause will be giving the effect of the action and the other clause will be the cause of the action. Example, it was very cold last night, so I switched on the heater. So what was the thing happening over here? The cause is it was very cold last night, and what is the effect of it? That I switched on the heater. So this is a cause effect relationship setup. That is why we used the coordinating conjunction so. So another example is the computer crashed, so I lost all my work. So a cause is the computer crashed and the effect is that I lost all my work. That is why both are joined by using so. So this was the use of coordinating conjunction so. Let us come to the next one, use of coordinating conjunctions or. Or is used to show choice. We are very much aware of this word or, and what is the thing, that choices are in front of us, and when we need to choose between two of the things, or is used. Example, he must pay the fine or he will be punished. So what is the choice? The choice in front of him is that either he pay the fine or he will be punished. That is why the word or is used. You can buy that book or borrow it from the library. Either buy the book or borrow it from the library. So two choices are again available. That is why both the sentences, that is you can buy that book, you can borrow it from the library. Both the sentences are joined by using a coordinating conjunction or. Let us go to the next slide, and the next slide says about the use of coordinating conjunction nor. Nor means also not, and it is used to join two sentences or clauses that contain negatives. So whenever negative sentence is joined with each other, then nor will be used. For example, she doesn't drink milk, nor she have butter or cheese. So there is a negative sentence over here, that is she does not drink milk, neither she likes butter or cheese. So both types of sentences are joined by using the word nor. I can't whistle nor can I sing. Both the sentences are showing us negativity. That is why nor is used. Next is use of coordinating conjunction for. For is used when one clause or sentence provides the reason for the action in the other clause or sentence. That means whenever we are able to get the reason for some action, then for will be used. How? Let us see. Example is, she put on a sweater for it was cold. So why did she put on a sweater? Answer is coming to us that it was cold. So this is showing the reason for some action. That action was that she put on a sweater. So what was the reason behind this action? That it was cold. So whenever we are able to provide some reason for certain action, then for will be used for coordinating two of the sentences. Another example is, I drank water for I was thirsty. So why did I drink water? The reason is I was thirsty, that is why I drink water. So I drank water for I was thirsty. Now some note points are there, that some correlative conjunction can also be used to form compound sentences. Now what do we understand by a correlative conjunction? So when two words are together used for joining some sentences, then that is known as correlative conjunction. For example, both and, not only but also, either or, and neither nor. All these conjunctions are always together used. They can't be used alone, they have to be used together. That is why they are known as correlative conjunction. And conjunctions are also of two types, that is a coordinating conjunction and another one is correlative conjunction. For example, I want both a cheesecake and a chocolate. So what do I want? I want a yummy cheesecake and I want a chocolate. So both the cheesecake and chocolate I want, that is why I am using the word both and. Both a cheesecake and a chocolate cake. Not only the students but also the teachers opposed the new syllabus. So who opposed this new syllabus? Teachers as well as students. That is why we are using not only but also together. So did you see notice it that how correlative conjunctions are used together? So this way the coordinative conjunctions will be used together with each other. So this was the end of the lesson here, students. Go through the textbook, you will understand the things in a more proper way. If you find some problem, then we are always available. Thank you very much.